Bola Tinubu, and you are the thought to you, Bola Tinubu. Apart from tax, another thing dey this your head. Apart from say increase tax, Bouridllom Tax Collector, the man that built Lagos with taxes. Apart from tax, another thing dey this your head. I need you to tell me, because I do not understand how this government that agreed that they met a dilapidated economy, they agreed that they met an impoverished people, they agreed that they met the people in a very bad state, yet the only thing in your head is to tax the people. From a 7.5 value added tax VAT that we've been operating since February of 2020, Bola Tinubu and his presidential tax committee, and look at it, the problem is the man has a presidential tax committee. I do not have a presidential education committee, or a presidential health committee, or a presidential security committee, a presidential state of emergency committee, a presidential electoral committee. None. But tax is a priority, because the only thing this man came to do is to tax. And when he goes ahead to buy private jets, he's going to come back to tax the people. As I heard from sometime in 2025, because the committee is already proposing to the National Assembly for an increase in the VAT from 7.5% to 10%. That's a 2.5% increment being proposed. And of course, yes, it's in the National Assembly. If not rubber stamp puppets, people that could wear the signal that doesn't fit the purse and the perpetuation of the people, we go ahead and pass it into law. Such a country. For the sake of breaking it down, what is VAT? I'm not an economics student, but I'll break it down in a simple term as I understand. Value added tax, VAT, is like a consumption tax. Of course, if you did direct and indirect tax, it's an indirect tax, where the consumer is meant to pay for all the processes of production and distribution of a particular product. The consumer. So the tax is added to the consumer, the person that is going to buy it. So, for example, if the purchase of raw material for a particular product, let's say, for example, sugar, government is saying that moving forward, when you go to buy whatever you're using as raw materials for manufacturing sugar, you pay 10% of it to government as value added tax. Then when you now take it up and you go take it through the process of production, during the production, and whatever cost of production it may bring, 10% of that goes to government. Like the government receives 10% from it for it. Remember now that if the cost of buying the raw material was 20,000 naira, 10% of 20,000 naira automatically becomes 2,000 naira. Right? That 2,000 is kept aside for government. Who is going to pay for it? Wait. During the cost of production, 10%, let's assume production cost would have been, say, 7,000. 10% of 7,000 is 1,717, plus the 2,000 already on ground, 3,700. That is again, government has collected that. 10% of whatever it will take, maybe finishing, for example, finishing, inspection, quality control, staff, handlers, whatever. If the total cost, and then if you run a company, remember that all these costs are put into the people that man the machines, cost of production, light, power, all these things, security, if whatever it takes, managers, supervisors, auditors, all of them are incorporated to these taxes. Finishing, for example, bam, packaging, 10%, whatever cost, and if they now get out to maybe assembly, transportation to warehouse, 10%. At the end of the day, up until movement to the wholesaler, 10%. Wholesaler transport it to the retailer, 10%. By the time the consumer is buying it from the retailer, the 10% of all of this, 10% of all of this can be cumulated to be as much as 30,000-40,000 added to the production, the actual cost, right? Now put together. So you're not paying about 60,000-70,000 for that product because government has collected 10% from it. So government is saying they want to increase that to 10% now because currently in Nigeria it is 7.5%. The funny part of this is that this particular man, this one, Bouridllom Tax Collector, he wants to turn himself to God that collects tithes. 7.5, no, because we have been having conversation about tithe recently. The guy say, no, don't leave him, don't carry and go there. So now as I talk to you now, there is no, I'm in the United Kingdom, and then some idiots are going to come to the comment section to say, oh, but you pay tax. And then I'm wondering, I've been here for a while. What are the amenities, what are the resources that this country has? Basically, human resources. And that's why they allow their immigration policies to allow people to come in. So you get to work, you get to school, and then they collect money from you because there are jobs for you to do, and then on all that, and then take it back to running the economy. And so all the factories here are people oriented, but not like a country like Nigeria, where tourism alone can sustain that country. There are states like Kogi, for example, Edo, Kogi, and a few other states that you can say this country can survive. The islands that some of us go to in the Caribbean are not as big as Kogi State, but they are a major. But of course, insecurity, dull leadership, visionless leadership. You see what Donald Duke did in Cross River State, right? Successive failed government has turned Tinapa to a laughing stock. That they are now in debt. Hold on a bit. There is gold, there is coal, there is petroleum, crude oil, for example. Everything, even to the human resources. Now look at it. The government has ignored all of these resources and focused on the last one I mentioned, human resources. And that's why it is, and that's why you see that the concentration more is about taxing the people to take care. Whereas what we just need is the pay. If the government was borrowing to invest in production, agriculture, for example, let's say coal, let's say cocoa, let's say rubber, whatever it is, let's say even plantain, because a lot of this chocolate, I got in and realized that chocolate is abused in the Western world. It means that the market, and guess what, in the UK market that I've had to go to, I see that a lot of the produce in the United Kingdom come from Uganda and Ghana, whereas there are Nigerians that are buying these things. Nigerians are going to the market every day to buy Uganda and Ghana produce every single time because insecurity has stopped Nigerians from going to the farm. Nigerians can't date various forms of taxes and levies. The problem with our tax system is that it is even multi-tasked. We are multi-tasked. Nigerians are taxed for driver's license, taxed for BVN, taxed for national identity card, taxed for NIMC, taxed. Companies, I hear that they say they want to reduce personal income tax. You had a percentage ratio given to VAT being increased. Personal income tax may be reduced, maybe. That's it. The company income tax may be reduced, but they are bothered. They also agree that there are multiple taxation in the system. Go and try to start up a business in Nigeria. People that will come, just say you want to build a house, let's even leave business. They will come to collect. Ministry of Environment will come. Ministry of Agriculture will come. The Ministry of Urban Renewal and Development will come. The Ministry of Airspace. There was a country. You know, you have to be unknowledgeable, misinformed, be a dullard to think that there's something is even happening in that country. Some of you allow politicians to be telling you that there is hope, a baby step to greatness. VAT to 10%. A man is bleeding, you are sucking him more, you are still taxing him more. You are not looking at how to heal the man, stop the bleeding, and empower the man enough so that he can move. In this country where people pay tax, that's why healthcare is free. So you can at least get basic health care so that you can be strong enough to continue to do the work and pay the tax. What is free in Nigeria? What is free? The air you breathe. TinubU is coming to tax very soon. God bless you.